NFL trade deadline predictions. The NFL trade deadline is coming up, and there's a lot of notable names that right now are on the block, according to sources. They might get moved, they might not. Some of these names that we have up here are probably, I guess, like unrealistic names. But we're just having fun here and trying to predict some things. So, okay, first name up.
They're in OT right now. Indiana's up.
Max Crosby. If Max Crosby were to get traded, which he probably won't because of the dead money, but where would you want to see him?
Screaming Dallas.
Easily
Screaming Dallas.
Detroit. That's not a question. I'd want him to go to Detroit. Him, Aleem McNeil, and Aiden Hutchinson.
I like Riv's call for Dallas.
He's just screaming Dallas.
He's
right
a superstar that Jerry would like. He's a recognizable face. Get him out of the conference. I like Dallas.
I like Philly too.
I like the Cowboys a lot. Run defender, pass rusher.
Yeah.
I feel like the Cowboys should kind of be buyers because they have a offense that is one of the best offenses in the league.
It's
If they
electric.
just had a better defense, they could maybe go on a run.
Like Micah Parsons.
Trey Hendrickson, another player that reports have said that is probably not going to get traded, but if he did get traded, what team do you want him to go to?
I had the Colts down. I think you have another edge rusher opposite of Latu. The Colts offense right now is the most efficient offense in NFL history since 2000. So the offense is moving. The defense could still use some help. If you have him and Latu on the edge, it's going to be a deadly duo.
And maybe the Buccaneers. Maybe go ahead and understand that the Buccaneers have a window right now. Yes, they're pretty injured and it sucks, but they could use some help on the defensive line too.
But Dallas going crazy.
Philly.
I like the 49ers for Trey
I
Hendrickson.
like that. Yeah. So you should say Philly for everyone.
No, I got a couple going, but like send a third. He's on expiring.
Third is
Probably a second, but conditional second. You know what I mean? He gets.
We're getting this.
plays X
We're
amount
getting
of
this
time.
one pick back from you guys. Is it you guys? It's somebody this year. If somebody plays a certain amount of snaps, or he gets something, but we're getting a conditional back. Philly.
So now let's get into some realistic trade targets. Jalen Phillips on the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are probably looking to sell off their talent. Jalen Phillips is probably the top edge rusher that might get moved.
Am I crazy for saying Cincinnati?
I think a little bit.
I think they
Just
still.
because they don't, if they're not going to re-sign Hendrickson, why are they going to trade a pick then re-sign Phillips?
I feel like you still need a little bit of help on defense.
They need a shit ton of help on
they
defense.
want to still make the playoffs, so why not get a guy opposite Trey Hendrickson?
I think he's going to the Chiefs.
Of course you do.
I think the Chiefs are going to get an edge rusher, and I think they're going to get Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, I mean, not wanting to see another team get stacked, it's like the Buffalo Bills come to mind. Like the Buffalo Bills could definitely use some defensive line help, but that's in division. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
That's why the first thing that came to my mind for whatever reason, like the Panthers. Like the Panthers could use some edge rush presence too.
I don't know if they'll do it just because of how banged up they've been this year, but the Commanders need some help on defense.
Fair
There'd be
enough.
a good, of course, not paying Jane Daniels yet. They're not paying him yet. But Jane's banged up. The receiver's been banged up. It's still early and they're hovering around 500, but they're playing KC this week, so I don't know if they'd make the move
That's
this year.
another great team that would be candidates for Max and Trey, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's a great name.
Another Dolphins edge rusher, Bradley Chubb.
Reunite him in Denver.
I don't know. I think both of those guys don't leave. If I had to say, I think Jalen makes sense. Injury, due for money soon. Bradley, I don't.
Maybe
that's tough.
Maybe Niners on the low.
Niners
yeah.
a good shout.
Yeah,
Niners a
Niners on
good
the low.
shout.
They of course losing Bosa is going to
him
hurt.
with the legs.
Bryce Huff has been good, but I think the Niners are going to make a move this deadline at edge or at linebacker potentially.
Yeah, and there's a couple that are available right now for trade. I have Bradley Chubb going to the Lions.
I was going to say Lions are a great name too.
Not like a marquee guy, but it gives them some depth. And I like the way that Al-Quadin Muhammad has been playing for them. He's been playing really good, and he's been a compliment to Aiden. Next name up, the big star offensive player that might be on the move. It's Breece Hall. Where does he go to?
He just screams Chiefs, bro. Like I really feel like he fits everything they want to do in their offense, and they have one of the worst running backs in the league.
Yeah, I also had the Chiefs. I don't know if Kansas City's going to do it, but I'm
Maybe
looking
Chicago.
at it. Maybe, but Monangai and Swift have been really good the last couple of weeks. I don't know if they'll
Swift
do
is
it.
struggling, maybe.
But right now, like Breece Hall could probably have if you want him tomorrow, 4th round pick, I think gets it done. The Jets don't want to re-sign him. But I look at Kansas City, like what you look at the AFC right now. That this is of course, the Chiefs are favorites every year and they go to the Super Bowl damn near every year. But this is a year where Buffalo's defense feels as worse as it's ever been. The Ravens are screwed up and Joe Burrow is hurt. Why not trade a day 3 pick to get a real difference maker? Breece Hall is number 1 in terms of explosive rush rate. He just doesn't have any touchdowns this year because the Jets are never in the damn red zone. He's still a really good running back. He's a great pass catcher. And I'd love to see him with an actual creative offensive mind that could use him in the passing game.
I will say this. If he goes to the Chiefs, I'll be elated from a fantasy perspective. As somebody that
Just
has
fantasy?
long-term stock, both. I'd be elated to watch this offense every single week because I think now, I mean, you replace the Pacheco runs with Breece Hall runs. We're talking about home run hitting touchdowns instead of like just 4-yard gains, to be honest. But I feel like with the Chiefs, it's between a running back and an edge rusher. I don't know if they make a trade to get both. So if it's between those two needs, I think edge rusher is the more dire need because even without Breece Hall, this is going to be a top 3 offense in the NFL. So would a running back elevate it? I guess even more so. Yeah, but is that where they need the most help? No. So with Breece Hall, I had a trade to the Cardinals.
Cardinals were definitely a team that entered
Yeah,
my mind, but I was like,
long-term-
James Conner's still there.
But with the
He
injury,
is
what's his
injured.
future?
They
True.
invested a second in Trey Benson.
And Trey Benson right now is on
Second,
IR.
third.
So I think that like Breece Hall, he would go to Arizona and I think he'd improve the run game. He'd improve their offense. And that's like the non-sexy pick for Breece Hall. But I think about the other teams that have been interested in a running back or that have been linked to Breece Hall. It's been the Chiefs. And I mentioned the reason why I don't think they'll eventually get him. The Bears, Swift, and Monangai are playing really well. And then the other team is the Chargers. And with the way Vidal's playing and Omari and Hampton coming back eventually in the season, I don't think that they go and make a trade for running back. So
Nah.
I think the Cardinals are the team that I view as like running back needy and could use him.
Yeah, I'm just praying it's not the Chiefs, man.
Jacoby Myers.
Buffalo.
I had the Steelers. I feel like you need an opposite receiver of DK. You got Calvin in the slot, and this is a team that's going to be going for the division.
They need somebody.
I'm nuts to say Denver.
No.
We're not going to trade in
Do you
division.
think?
Not going to trade in division.
We've
He make
seen
you
it.
better.
Come on.
Hawkinson.
Sure. Is that your only example?
I mean, that's a big player.
I don't think you rule it out. I don't think you rule
Hear
it
me
out.
out. Washington.
They have
Debo,
and Terry.
Terry.
Hurt.
Yeah, but
They're
Banged
both
up.
going to be playing this week.
I like
They're
the
both fraction,
Steelers shout a lot. I think Pittsburgh desperately needs another receiver.
I like
I-
Pittsburgh too.
I jotted down the Patriots, just the reunion. He used to play there. That's it.
they said the Vabral said that he likes the receiving core. Like Booty's had some moments.
Diggs.
Demario Douglas had some moments. Diggs. Hunter Henry's been solid.
They definitely need another guy.
Apparently, they've been looking more for defensive players than offensive players.
But I don't think that like Jacoby Myers being there doesn't like do anything significant for them.
No.
They could probably live without that.
But reunites
Pats? Yeah, the
goes back to New
Patriots.
England.
Kobe's
Be cool.
kind of a bucket, man.
He's all right.
He's
He's
solid.
quick. He's good separator, good hands.
It'd be a nice piece for them.
Yeah, he'd be
I'd love him on
probably
the Broncos.
the second best receiver. Unless,
Yeah.
unless you think
You count
he's
Diggs.
better than Diggs right now.
I don't
Next
know, Keyshawn's
receiver,
not bad.
he might not get traded, but Chris Olave. This is where I had the Bills swooping in. If they're going to trade for any receiver, I don't think it's someone like Jacoby Myers. He's solid, but I feel like it's somebody that's a tier above that, and I think that's Olave.
Okay, I respect the Bills. I most definitely, if I'm the Broncos, I'm overly aggressive trying to get Olave.
Sneaky one. Hear me out. Giants.
I also
Love
had
it.
the Giants, Riv. I think, of course, when Malik Neighbors is there, you have a great duo. But
Young,
right
too.
now, you still want to see Jackson Dart's been great, but you want him to continue to be great. And, shout out to the guys I got. Wandale Robinson and Theo
Facts.
Johnson's had some games, but go get Olave. You could continue to develop Jackson Dart. Then when Malik's healthy next year, Malik and Chris Olave, all of a sudden you got a great wide receiver duo.
Logan Wilson just requested a trade from the Bengals. For me,
saw that.
I listed the Cowboys. Linebacker help.
Cowboys.
Overshown is coming back, but they still need another linebacker. I think Logan Wilson would be a good buy low guy.
I like the Cowboys. If the Broncos just want to make their whole identity like defense and we're unsure of the health of Dre Greenlaw, just got suspended for this game for the most ridiculous thing I ever seen. Honestly, it's insane he even got suspended. But then Alex Singleton after that, and we understand that Alex Singleton is definitely a liability in coverage. Like if that's what we want to do to clean up our holes on defense, then I'm on board with that. But I definitely like Dallas. They definitely need the linebacker help.
I wasn't expecting a Logan Wilson trade request.
Neither
I'll
was
be
I.
honest. You just usually don't see linebackers, especially like non-edge rushers, request a trade.
And last name, another Jet, Michael Carter II.
Honestly, I think I think Quincy is more likely to get traded. I think both of them can get moved. I have Quincy. I know this is not Michael Carter, but I have Quincy going to the 49ers. You get to reunite with Saleh. You need a replacement for Fred Warner. Of course, he's not Fred Warner by any means, but someone just to, damn, that's a terrible throw. Someone that can fill in a void. He showed that he could be an all-pro level player. The last couple of years, he's been banged up, not playing at his level, but I feel like you get him back with Saleh at 100%, he could be good. Michael Carter, I don't know if anyone's trade for Michael Carter, I'll be honest.
The only one that comes to my mind off the top of my head that could use another corner, but Michael Carter is your
He's our nickel.
Nickel, I was gonna say.
We traded for Jarvis Brownlee, and he's played really well the last few weeks, so I think they're kind of over.
Because even still, like then I can't say Philly because of course we know who their nickel is. So like,
But he's playing on the outside now.
who you were saying Michael Carter,
Cooper.
which you should do that because you need to
He had the rep against Jettis.
Jettis that he broke up a tutty.
But
Listen,
he's
I think
all over the place. They don't always have
I was
him
gonna say
outside.
Cooper's a Swiss Army knife on that defense, and I think you.
It was just Jackson got hurt. Adoree got hurt.
Yeah. I would
awful.
like any sort of secondary help for the Eagles.
For the
so
Eagles.
Michael Carter the second, Reek Woolen comes to mind, who there have been reports that the Seahawks and
I've
him,
been trying to trade him for
yes,
a minute.
it's not a scheme fit, but I don't know if they trade him to an NFC team.
Yeah, like a contender.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, Reek Woolen on the Eagles, I think.
Do you think he fits our scheme?
No, because you guys are zone heavy.
What do you
I feel
think?
like a team that is man coverage heavy needs to trade
Rick
for him.
Woolen Commanders.
That wouldn't be bad too.